Wake up!
Todo parece mal.
He was dazed, but slowly he pushed himself up. One thing was clear. Everything felt strange. Something moved at the edge of his vision. Above him, a name floated. Steve. He stared at it for a moment, but his mind drifted elsewhere. As he looked around, his name faded away. Suddenly, a faint shimmer appeared in the air in front of him. He blinked, startled, as a translucent menu filled with icons of tools and objects materialized. The sight was strange, yet oddly familiar, like a forgotten instinct. Steve reached out to touch it, but the moment he did, the menu vanished. It left him puzzled, with no explanation. He couldn't understand why he couldn't remember anything. He knew how the world worked. How you need wood to make wooden planks to make a crafting table. Even how to set a TNT trap. But he couldn't remember any faces, names, or places he had been. No childhood memories, nothing. He didn't even know how old he was. Steve slowly got to his feet and looked around. He was definitely in a forest. To his left and in front of him, all he could see were trees. Behind him was a mountain, and to his right was a small pool of water. The pig he saw was staring at him from under an oak tree a few blocks away. He spoke in Spanish.
¿Qué estás mirando?
It snorted in reply and ambled over to some tall grass to eat. Steve knew wood was the starting point of everything. He didn't have anything in his inventory, so he started punching an oak tree. It hurt, but finally a little block of wood popped out and he picked it up. After punching down the entire 6-block-tall tree, he got to work making them into wooden planks. As he was working, the pig walked over to him and watched. Steve ignored it. He finally got 24 wooden planks. He used 4 of them to make a crafting table and placed it on the ground in front of him. Now he had something to work with. He decided to start by making a sword just in case. So he made a few sticks and then forged them into a wooden sword. The pig watched him the entire time. Steve started making a wooden axe to collect more wood. When he realized he was hungry, he looked at the sky, and it seemed as if he had been working for a few hours. He looked around for something to eat, and his eyes fell on the pig. It stared back at him with those surprisingly adorable crossed eyes. He knew he couldn't kill it. Instead, he reached out and patted it on the head. It snorted and walked a couple blocks away. Since he wouldn't kill the pig, Steve had to find something else to eat. Suddenly, something fell on his head. It hurt, but not enough to take any of his 10 hearts away. He looked down. It was an apple. It must have fell from the tree he had punched down earlier. Steve picked it up and started eating it. While he ate, he worked on making that axe. Steve finished the apple and immediately felt much better. The grind begins, as he spent the next hour ensuring his tools were ready.
Vamos.
After the hard grind, he picked up 2 more apples for later. Steve left the crafting table and walked over to the pool of water. After punching down trees and crafting, Steve wiped his hands on his pants as he knelt by the pool of water. The surface reflected his face, but it didn't spark any memories. As he stared, the menu from before reappeared this time with a soft purple glow. A message floated in front of him. Only items crafted 3 times can be accessed here. Grinning, Steve understood he had more work ahead of him. He glanced back at the crafting table, determined to unlock more. Just as he was about to continue, something caught his eye, a flash of green behind a tree. He turned and saw it. A creeper!
آقا اینم از این. بالاخره تموم شد.
آره خسته نباشی کلی پروژه سختی بود واقعا.
سخت ولی خیلی خوب از آب در اومد. کی آپلودش کنیم به نظرت؟
نمیدونم نظر راجع به شنبه هفته آینده چیه؟
من که موافقم. فقط باید حواسمون باشه سر وقت آپلودش کنیم.
تبلیغاتش هم با من. فقط فالو سیو کردی دیگه.
آره خیالت جمع.
خب خوبه. برای همه میفرستمش. نمیدونم چی ویدیویی بازی رو خوب نگیره. به نظرم از گروه‌های تلگرامی شروع کنیم. بعد چت توی تیتر اینستاگرام.
مکسب نکردم که چی میگه